Advanced American weapons in bulk have arrived in Morocco almost every month since Trump took power, doubling Morocco's military strength in the region. Amidst a world ablaze with Trumpian wars, his demand that American ships pass through the Suez Canal in Egypt without paying fees, and his insistence on several countries in the Arabian Gulf to inject hundreds of billions of dollars into the American economy, Trump imposed customs duties not exceeding 10% on Morocco, then froze them, a rate far lower than any other customs duties in the world. Since Trump entered the White House, several large-scale military deals have been made rapidly with the kingdom. Furthermore, he supported the organization Sahrawis for Peace to represent the Moroccan Sahrawis instead of the Polisario Front, which does not enjoy the support of the Sahrawis themselves. What are the most important modern American arms deals with the Moroccan army? And why did the Trump administration start dialogue with Sahrawis for Peace instead of the Polisario Front at this time? How can we explain the clear rapprochement between Morocco and America amid escalating tensions between the U.S. and most Arab countries? All this and more will be explained after this break. I am Hamdi Al-Karawi. Dear viewers, I would like to remind you to press the like button so I know how many of you are watching. Now let's return to today's topic. Last March, during a ceremony held at Sale Air Base near Rabat, General Mike Langley, commander of the U.S. Army in Africa, praised the new step taken by Morocco to enhance its defense capabilities, saying at the time, "These aircraft provide the Royal Moroccan Air Force with a deadly tool that supports our shared security goals in the region." The American official was referring to the first batch of Apache helicopters delivered by the United States to the Kingdom of Morocco. Not long after, Washington announced a new arms deal with Rabat. After approval by the U.S. Defense Security Cooperation Agency, the U.S. agreed to sell anti-aircraft missiles of the Stinger type to Morocco in a deal worth $825 million, including engineering services and logistical and technical support. The deal came upon Morocco's request, and the U.S. administration emphasized that the kingdom would use these weapons to upgrade its armed forces and strengthen its short-range air defense capabilities without disturbing the regional military balance, according to a statement from the American agency. Regarding the features of these missiles, they are FIM-92 Stingers, shoulder-launched, surface-to-air missiles designed to intercept fighter jets, helicopters, and even drones. Despite their maximum range of only 8 kilometers, they are equipped with an infrared guidance system that allows them to track the heat from enemy aircraft exhausts with high accuracy. These missiles are known for their great speed, reaching twice the speed of sound, and their light weight not exceeding 15 kilograms. Each missile, including the launcher unit, is about 1.5 meters long, and each warhead contains explosives weighing 1 kilogram, making them easy to use by paratroopers or even from inside helicopters. Several countries use these missiles, including Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Japan, Norway, Israel, Ukraine, Turkey, and the United States itself. Moreover, this is not the first time Morocco acquires this system, as it previously purchased Stinger missiles within a major arms deal in 2019 worth $425 million. According to Mohammed El Tayar, a researcher in strategic and security studies, this support is not linked to whoever sits in power in America. It is an American sovereign decision mainly tied to the strategic military agreements signed between Morocco on one side and the U.S. on the other. There is a clear will from the United States to ensure Morocco's military superiority in the region. This new deal marks the first major arms sale between Morocco and the U.S. during Trump's second term, but in reality, it comes as the second major deal in less than 6 months. President Joe Biden's administration approved, at the end of his term, a deal to supply Morocco with small smart bombs of the GBU-39 type and equipment worth $86 million, followed by another deal for medium-range air-to-air missiles valued close to $88 million. Moroccan-American relations under Trump had significant characteristics, as his administration did not hesitate to support Morocco's sovereignty over Western Sahara. It should be noted that Trump himself made the decision to recognize Morocco's sovereignty over the region in 2020 as part of a trilateral agreement leading to the normalization of Moroccan-Israeli relations. On the contrary, the Biden administration did not reverse this decision, Following the recognition decision, the Trump administration announced signing a major arms deal with Morocco worth $1 billion, including advanced weapons such as Hellfire missiles, laser-guided paveway bombs, and Mk-9P unmanned aerial vehicles. Recently, the Trump administration reaffirmed its supportive stance toward Morocco in the fabricated dispute over Western Sahara. During a meeting with his Moroccan counterpart, Nasser Bourita, in early April, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated that Washington renews its support for the autonomy proposal submitted by Morocco as the only fair solution to the conflict, according to a statement issued by the U.S. Department of State. Of course, this deal will deepen this relationship. Even during the previous President Joe Biden's era, several delegations, whether business or political, visited areas in southern Morocco, and no position from this administration contradicted what was decided during Trump's time. On the contrary, we noticed that Biden abandoned many decisions taken during his predecessor's tenure, but did not take any action regarding the issue of Western Sahara, because this decision is a sovereign state decision within the framework of strategic relations. It is not subject to change compared to other decisions. Therefore, it is expected that U.S.-Morocco relations will develop further, whether under the current Trump administration or whoever succeeds him, because these matters are linked to new balances in the region. Moreover, this new Moroccan armament comes amid rising regional tensions, especially with neighboring Algeria, which has increased its escalation against Morocco since the Polisario Front declared the end of the ceasefire at the end of 2020, following the crisis at the Kirkhirat crossing. Algeria is preparing to receive Russian-made Sukhoi Su-57 fifth-generation fighter jets, significantly enhancing its air capabilities amid uncertainty surrounding details of the aircraft, but not hiding its advanced status among global air combat systems. Algeria continues to raise its military spending exceptionally, with its 2025 defense budget reaching approximately $25 billion, compared to Morocco's defense budget, which is nearly half, reflecting the ongoing arms race driven either by the conflict with Morocco or due to increasing regional threats. The Kingdom of Morocco is one of the most prominent military partners of the United States outside NATO and enjoys special priority in acquiring American defense equipment. It also hosts the largest military exercises in the region, African Lion. Additionally, in recent months, Morocco has placed greater emphasis on its air force. Among the most notable deals in this field is Morocco's acquisition of 30 Mirage 9000 fighter jets from the United Arab Emirates. Initially, France, the manufacturing country of these fighters, opposed transferring these planes, but recently changed its position after improving diplomatic relations between Paris and Rabat. It is expected that the Royal Moroccan Air Force will begin receiving the first of these jets in 2027. The same year, the UAE will receive its Rafale jets from France. Morocco is also nearing strengthening its air fleet after contracting for a squadron of F-16 American fighter jets equipped with the advanced electronic warfare system, Viper Shield, a system designed to protect aircraft from modern airborne threats and ensure dominance on the battlefield, especially during complex combat missions. According to specialized sources, Morocco requested in 2023 to integrate this system, produced by the American company L3 Harris, into 24 F-16 fighter jets. The U.S. Department of Defense's Defense Security Cooperation Agency confirmed in May 2024 the beginning of the manufacturing process. Thus, Morocco is expected to receive this squadron of upgraded F-16S equipped with the Viper Shield system by the end of this year, marking a qualitative leap in upgrading the Moroccan version of these jets. Additionally, local media reported that Morocco will receive within the coming months 32 F-35 aircraft from the American company Lockheed Martin, becoming the first African country to possess a fleet of these advanced fifth-generation American fighter jets. This move represents a strategic shift in the kingdom's air capabilities, significantly enhancing its technological superiority across the entire African continent. To be honest, there is still no official source that has confirmed or denied this news, possibly due to stalled negotiations between the two parties or the confidential nature of the deal. This upgrade comes within the context of increasing military cooperation with major powers, especially the United States, with which Morocco maintains exceptional diplomatic strategic relations. This partnership aims to achieve greater stability in the region and promote regional development in the face of common threats, primarily Iranian expansionism and its regional proxies, accused by several countries in the region of pursuing an interventionist and hostile policy toward its neighbors. All these defense deals have elevated Morocco's ranking in terms of military power, placing it 9th globally this year according to the latest report by Global Firepower. For 2025, Morocco has allocated a defense budget of 135 billion Moroccan dirhams, approximately $13 billion, reflecting Rabat's clear commitment to enhancing its military capabilities amid increasing regional and international challenges. The Global Firepower 2025 report evaluates 145 countries and bases its ranking on over 60 criteria, including human resources, military equipment, economic capabilities, and geographic location. Morocco achieved a power index of 0.273, advancing 2 places compared to last year when it ranked 61st. The United States continues to affirm its support for efforts aimed at finding a permanent solution to the issue of Western Sahara, as debate grows around the legitimacy of the representation claimed by the Polisario Front, which continues to present itself as the sole representative of the Sahrawis. Meanwhile, voices from within the southern Moroccan provinces, particularly from tribal elders and leaders of the Sahrawi tribes, the traditional internationally recognized representatives, are rising, calling for the need for representation based on free will and democratic choice, away from guardianship and the claims enforced by the Polisario Front for decades, clinging to the title of sole representative of the Sahrawis without genuine popular mandate, elections, or anything else. In this context, former Pentagon advisor Michael Rubin returned to shed light on the necessity of recognizing the Sahrawis for Peace movement, MSP, as the true voice of the Sahrawis, surpassing the outdated narrative of the Polisario Front that, in his view, belongs to the past, overtaken by the current international context. Rubin said in an interview published by Morocco-based newspaper Maroc Hebdo that major international powers, including the United Nations, the United States, Spain, and France, are called upon to engage with the Sahrawis for Peace movement as a legitimate and democratic representative of the Sahrawis. He added that Morocco could draw inspiration from the Kurdish model in Iraq to manage the Western Sahara file, noting that the Polisario Front was never elected by the population, nor gave Sahrawis the chance to freely choose their representatives. The American expert clarified that international recognition of Sahrawis for peace, especially after its endorsement by socialist parties, presents an opportunity to restructure Sahrawi representation on democratic grounds, pointing out the approaching end of MINURSO's mission. He stressed that the White House is reviewing its financial support for peacekeeping operations described as ineffective and inherited from Cold War-era conflicts. He continued, "If the United Nations continues to prioritize the interests of missions like MINURSO over effectiveness, it risks jeopardizing the overall funding of the UN," emphasizing that UN officials are rushing to Washington to avoid this fate. Rubin also highlighted the importance of the role played by Sahrawi tribal chiefs and leaders, considering their involvement in the political process necessary to achieve a lasting and consistent solution with the reality of Western Sahara. He urged Morocco to grant them a central role within any future project. Therefore, America is arming Morocco at a rapid pace and providing it with international support, prompting several countries to recognize Morocco's sovereignty over Western Sahara. Recently, there has been a growing tendency to consider the Sahrawis for Peace movement as the legal, legitimate, and democratic structure representing the Sahrawis instead of the communist or pro-communist Polisario Front, which lacks public support and popular backing. Thus, the recommendation put forward by advisors regarding the necessity of involving Sahrawi tribal elders and leaders in the search for a solution reveals an explicit acknowledgement of the importance of traditional social structures in Sahrawi society. It also highlights the pivotal role the tribal institution can play in enhancing chances for achieving a resolution rooted in societal legitimacy and internal dynamics. It should be recalled that the Sahrawis for Peace movement presented a new roadmap during its second international conference held in Dakar at the end of 2023, drawing inspiration from the experience of Kurdistan in establishing an advanced model of self-rule within a sound political approach to resolving the Western Sahara issue. Indeed, the historical ties between Morocco and the United States extend back centuries, with Morocco being the first country to recognize American independence in 1776. However, this historical dimension has become clearly reinforced through political alignment, military cooperation, and economic collaboration between the two nations, giving Morocco a unique and privileged position compared to most Arab countries. Also, we must not forget that Morocco has direct access to Atlantic coasts, enabling direct connections with the western coasts of America, an advantage enjoyed only by Mauritania compared to other Arab countries. Hence, history and geography play important roles in shaping international alliances for each country. I hope I have successfully conveyed the information. If you've reached this point, dear viewer, you deserve a special greeting from me. Until next time, God willing, this is motivational_speech_ms.